Hello, hello, my friends. Hello, everybody. We have the episode 3 and episode 4 of ¿Qué estás esperando? What are you waiting for? So, this time it's actually some knowledge about characters because we still don't have any subtitles. There is no English subtitles yet, just as of now, we only have Spanish version, which is original version. So if you actually only understand by watching and listening, you're gonna wait for subtitles. But I'm just trying to get something to know by using my deduction and some kind of my ability just to perceive information by watching something and understanding the context. So this is like my way to perceive information from TV shows. So this is not foolproof information about what's happening in every episode because we have no idea actually what's happening, because I only have couple of 100% confirmed information, which is basically some type of facts, that I actually just understood easily because it's just some moments just are so easy to understand, and some moments like dialogues, a lot of dialogues, they are really complex. So there is like the only one way is to go watch it with subtitles. But since we don't have any, so let me just show you something, and I will try to I will try to break something down just with the information that I got from watching it. So basically, first 2 episodes ended on something like 2 main characters, Sonia and John. They were involved in the same club and they were getting the same type of pleasure. They were going to that club for some type of service that is only and there is the only like way they could see each other at that club if they just at some point if they actually just go into each other, just run into each other and see, but it never happened. The only person who actually the only person is Sonia, who actually noticed that Jan was attending the same club and she was there at that time. So we remember that, and we are just remembering that shit happened, we can understand more about what's going on with episode 3 and episode 4 because there is no subtitles. But actually episode 3 is starting with this couple. Basically they are struggling with with the same shit, everybody in this TV show struggles. Everybody does struggle to get the pure the satisfaction from a relationship, and they're trying to find some way to to actually just replenish that satisfaction by using some different methods. So there is like a lesbian couple, Raisa and Ruth. They are actually in episode 1 and episode 2 were completely strangers, and at some point they actually just ran into each other at family meeting, and they were introduced. So since they were introduced to each other, there is no like they are like not strangers anymore, but there is something they actually are struggling. So this is like the most important thing about this couple in this TV show is how they trying to find that find that way to be satisfied being in this relationship, because they barely know each other, but it's kind of, I think it's good how producers, how screenwriters, how they serve this couple and these both characters, because they definitely are the most important character from this TV show, and probably the most interesting characters and the most funny characters, because they're so fun to watch actually. And especially Raisa is playing so well, so this is like probably one of my favorite characters, definitely. And we can see that Ruth actually found this woman in Raisa's phone, and she actually found it by accident, because the phone, like someone just was calling Raisa, and she picked the phone and noticed this woman on the screen. So there is like just random woman on a display. So the first thought she was God, like the first thought was like, oh, like she's getting Ruth getting cheated on, like Raisa probably just cheats on her. So this is like the first thought that actually comes to your head probably. So this is like what I understood from what I've watched, Oh my god, I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. This is so stupid. I never stumbled over my words like this before. I don't know why it's happening right now. It's like my second stream in a row. Like yesterday was the same shit. I don't know why it's happening. Like it's okay when you stumble over your words like once, twice, but it's happening again and again. Shit. Probably it's better to to go live especially on YouTube, to go live like at daylight, and not any later, because it's affecting your ability to to be more consistent with your words, with what you're saying, because it's actually affecting me. But I want to just put up with it, because we have some pretty good TV shows, so there is no way I can skip it. There is no way we miss something like this. So after this shit happened to them, we can see this situation with family, and this is so common for them, to discuss everything. Like three sisters, Ruth, Lydia, and Sonia, they always discuss everything that happening in their relationships with different people. Like, Sonia has Jan, Lydia has some not doctor, he's like a watchman for some clinic she's working at. So there is like different situations, and they always discuss it, like sometimes at their parents' home, but sometimes it's just happening randomly on a phone, like they're just calling each other to share some info. This is how it's going on, and I'm kind of jealous because not everybody has someone to share this sensitive information, something really private, like and even though I have brothers, for example, it's not the same when you have sisters. Probably when you are a woman and you have someone like a sister, it's way better than having probably a brother. I mean, you can share actually everything, because basically woman is just more open to listen to. This is how it is what it is. I think like this is basically this is like basically happening in families, when you have one more sisters and you can share something, they would listen, but not every man would listen to you, like when you're sharing something like pretty sensitive, or when you actually saying something like your private life, something like this. So at this point we can see actually like her mother, Sonia's mother, and Lydia's and Ruth's mother, their mother, she's actually really she likes to control everything. This woman is basically the kind of predator, but she is always so generous in terms of the just when it comes to her daughters, she's so generous, but at the same time she's so straightforward. Sometimes she's going too far with your thoughts on their relationships, and basically she just it looks like she has some favorite like Lydia is her favorite, basically because we can see how Lydia's how she gets treated. It's basically something like she's just getting too much attention from her mother, and it's so obvious. We can see that from episode to episode it's happening. And basically Sonia is she's elder, so the oldest daughter basically sometimes acting like she's trying to find that connection with your mother, but it's not that easy. She's actually trying to find some pretty genuine connection with your mother, but it's failing again and again. In episode 1 and episode 2 there were some kind of situation when we when we saw how difficult that communication between Sonia and her mother is. So this is kind of it's kind of common, but it's just, at the same time it's sometimes it's hurting to watch because it's just not fair. I mean, like how she gets treated, I mean Sonia. So at this point we can move on. So the next moment was Jan picked up he just picked up a call from his friend, and basically he woke up with some random woman, which is so common for him because we remember that he actually goes to that club and after every night he spent at that club, he brings some random woman home. So this is like another woman for him to spend night with, like this is pretty usual to see something like this happening. What is really interesting is that they putting the same music every time we can see him waking up with any woman. There is like a certain music playing, this is like it's really known song, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like from Euphoria. I remember that music from that TV show. So it's like the same music every time he wakes up with some random woman. This song just plays, and this is kind of funny because it's just a little detail that doesn't have to do anything with script or anything, but it's just funny, and it's kind of interesting way to tell the story. I mean, like at this point we can see actually his father, Jan's father, is trying to what I understood, he's trying to convince Jan to move to some different place, from Madrid to some different place, and to work at some different office or something. So since Jan is basically, he's working on some airlines called High Airlines, This is how it's called. Probably some fictional airlines that never existed in real life, or maybe exists, I don't know. So basically he's trying to convince him to move to a new apartment. So this is like the demonstration of that apartment. And probably I got it wrong, but this is what I understand. Like, why would you show something like this? And he also told him, like, this is your new life. So, and he's showcasing this new house, basically that means that he wants him to move to a new apartment, like, for some reason. I don't know why, actually. And of course, this situation just getting worse with Jan, because he's somehow trying to find any connection with Sonia, and at the same moment his father just coming up with this shit, like, you have to move on, something like this. So this is so overwhelming. At the same time, it's just sounds a new life, but it's not what he wants. Like, this is not a new life he's looking for. He's looking for basically for a life with Sonia, but he's so hesitant. Like, he's hesitating every step towards Sonia. And probably this is why this TV show is called What Are You Waiting For? Like, basically the whole title is just about this man, because he's so he looks so confident. He looks so, like, it's basically a good looking man who is basically so attractive. I think, like, he's definitely attractive and he's confident, but we can see a lot of situations when he couldn't control himself enough, to do something. And this is how basically it happens to him, like, he cannot control something when it comes to love, and basically when it comes to Sonia, this is where he's losing his control of everything, actually. And basically every situation just is not under his control when they are together. I mean, like, so at this point we moved on to apartment belongs to one of Sonia's sister, Ruth. She lives in this apartment. This is basically, it looks like common place for an artist, or just for any creative person, who works like a designer, artist, whoever. Like, it's so just familiar to me. Like, I mean, like, I feel like I lived at places like this multiple times, for some periods. But basically, they have struggled with the same shit again and again. This is like when you couldn't relax enough to get what you want from your partner, and you cannot really understand what you can do for that shit, to get relaxed. Because getting relaxed basically means that you just stop worrying about, anything, like, and you're just so chill. and this is probably their main problem they struggle with. Like, at this point, we can only understand what they trying to, like, what solution they trying to find for this problem. And first thing that comes to Ruth's head actually was if Raisa has anything to, to get her relaxed, because Raisa is definitely kind of, she's addicted. First of all, she's addicted to alcohol. She's addicted kind of to smoking. And in this episode, we found that she is addicted to, she has addicted to coke, which is the worst thing could happen, actually, because I wasn't expecting that shit, but at the same time we can see that they pretty rich. They have all the money to find something like this, to buy this shit. They have all the, they have all that shit, to get something they want. So this is basically, this shit happens to really to a rich person or just some people who actually has a lot of money. Probably some person who has a lot of money but who doesn't have a lot of activities, to just be bothered with, to be busy with, because they trying to just they just trying to get fun from everything. Like, you can see at this point they're just dancing randomly. Of course they got high from that coke, so this is like basically a common day for this couple. But I mean, like, Raisa is influencing a lot this situation, because I don't think that Ruth would ever try to get something like this, to try coke or something, if she wasn't with Raisa, because this is definitely it only happens when it comes to Raisa, but it never happened before. I mean, like, this is the bad influence in the first place. So there's another sister, probably the second daughter of Sonia's mother, Lydia. She's basically working at this clinic. She's a doctor, and she has some kind of affair with Celador for Spanish. Celador or Celador, it means like watchman, guardian for this clinic. So he's not even a doctor, and they have this kind of affair at work, so and her mother just spotted on them in the most embarrassing moment. Her mother just came in, and that was the most embarrassing moment probably for Lydia to happen. And the first reaction actually wasn't that bad, because probably affair is just affair. Any relationship just, exists. So her mother would probably, she would be a little bit more happy if that man wasn't just a watchman for that clinic. If he was a doctor, if he was on any other position, that would be way more better for her mother, just because this is what she concerned about. Like, why would my daughter seeing some watchman, some garden, and basically her daughter lied to her that she's seeing someone like a doctor, someone at the same position like she is. So basically, this is what got her mother angry, because after this situation, her mother just, freaked out so crazy, because that is gonna happen a little bit later. We have got this situation. They are trying to just find any outfit for Raisa to go to somewhere, so they actually they just wanna go somewhere to, probably, they go into some club or something like this, but it doesn't really matter, because Lydia just called Ruth, and she said that, mama's going crazy because she spotted on me and my boyfriend, basically by busting my office, my room. Basically, this is what happened, and after this situation, actually, Sonia, Lydia, and Ruth, they reunited for some kind of dialogue with their mother, because she's actually going crazy with what happened, and Sonia was trying to actually just, kind of ease that pain for her mother, and she was trying to convince her that nothing wrong happened to your daughter, and like to Sonia's sister, nothing wrong happened, just chill. Okay, you just saw someone having an affair with your daughter, but it's not the worst thing to happen, and probably you just could be more relaxed, so it didn't actually help a lot. So after this situation, there's another conversation at the round table with three sisters. They again going through everything that happened in episode 3, basically. The most embarrassing, the most stupid shit happened to Lydia, but the stupid shit happened to everyone, actually. At that episode was kind of, that episode was introducing characters in way more interesting situations, and that introduction was different from what we have seen in episode 1 or episode 2. That introduction was way more interesting because we got to know characters more. In episode 3, I really understood way more things about relationships, about every character, because basically that was what actually I was struggling to understand characters in episode 1, because that was just first episode ever. So again, what happened in episode 3? We can see that this couple is struggling with their orgasms and all that shit. Of course, this is like our favorite couple because they are so cute, they are so funny to watch, they are so attractive as a couple, and we are looking forward for them to be more in this TV show and just, getting more screen time for this couple. Again, there was some random girl on the display, and there was some situation like this. Again, some embarrassing situation. And in episode 1, we remember that club. First, that club was introduced in episode 1. And we still recall that shit. That they were together at the same time in the club, Sonia and Jan, and they never ran into each other. But Sonia actually the only person who noticed Jan and who actually recognized him at that club. So basically, she already knew that Jan is going to that club at the same time she is there. Basically, there is a real opportunity for them to run into each other at some point. They definitely will do that. And episode 4 is basically starting with some common shit happening in this, what it's called. I don't remember the name of the club. Zafiro. This is Zafiro Club. Basically, we can see the basic situation for this club. Like Jan is trying to, he's trying to just relax, and he's getting this woman. And after this situation, actually, he just found himself that nobody could get him up. Nobody could get him up, but only Sonia can, actually. Only she can get him up. And it sounds weird, of course. They never did something like sex related. They never were together in a bed. They were never sharing any kisses. They were never doing anything like this. But this situation on the screen right now is only in his imagination, because it never happened in real life. And this situation is kind of illustration for what could get him up in his imagination he is trying to focus on something like Sonia, and it's getting him up immediately. So this is like this is what we understood from the beginning of episode 4. It's just so obvious, you know. Of course, we just skip all that part because probably the most inappropriate part for YouTube. But there's no nudity, of course, just I zoomed it in like multiple times to get rid of any nudity, you know. But it's still inappropriate because we can everybody knows what they are doing, bro. At this point we can see the actually this is the only character whose name I keep forgetting. Probably I will not be able to ever you know, call her by a name because I still don't know what her name is. So let's say just this woman, okay, because I can check her name actually, yes, but I think that I will still keep forgetting this shit. So this is basically a character named Carol. They say this like Carol. So the Carol character is basically one of the most interesting characters because she is the most complex character. She has a lot of things to fight with because she's struggling with her boyfriend basically. And what I really understood in episode 3, episode 4, that most likely she lost her kid after it, like he lost her baby after it was born or something like this. I don't know. So we can only understand this shit when English subtitles comes out. But it's definitely, it's related to her losing her child, her kid, like probably a few years ago she lost it. So this is what I understood, you know, like it's affecting it's affecting your relationship, still affecting your life a lot. And I actually like this character because she's the only one character who's so, like, you know, she's so real. She feels so real, like, you know, when you're watching this TV show you can see like how she real, and it feels actually like she's not even acting, she's like the real person, you know, from your life. From it is the most common character, you know, like this is like the most common things like drinks, beer, you know, like she's just a simple character, you know, like she does what she wants, but it doesn't have to do anything with money or something because she works at the same airlines as Jan does. So this is like, she's not even a rich person, but she's the most, probably still the most interesting and complex person. And you you like empathize a lot when you see someone like this. When you see someone so genuine, so simple, who has a simple life to live, who has all the things happening to you probably. She has all the common things happening to any regular person, like this is what makes you interesting and real. Despite this character, because Raisa probably is the most she's the most grotesque, she is the most of course she is an interesting character, but I mean, sometimes she, as an actress, she's really good. The actress is just my favorite actress probably from this TV show, but her character sometimes could be just too much grotesque, if you know what that means. Like, she's sometimes trying to be too much fun, too much like she has so many, she has just too much energy, like she's trying to just release that energy, but the way she found to release it is just sometimes kind of annoying. I mean, like, she's still the most interesting character, yes, but at the same time they just could make her less intense. They could make her less like she could be a little bit less intense, and that would be way more better for her character, because in situations when she could be just a little bit more like a real person, like that Carol character is. I mean, like, she does do something like she's crying over basically some stupid shit. This is what I mean, like she could be more just like a real person. So as far as Carol character is concerned, we can see that she's doing this pole dance. Actually, she's doing pole dancing. She's dancing. This is probably her main activity, that brings her money, because we never saw before what she does, what her occupation is, and now we can see that she's actually dancing. And this pole probably is a demonstration of I don't know, of her ability to still be that energetic person, to be still, to be still able, to be strong, but at the same time, what happened to her child, what happened to her kid, whatever happened to her child, we understand that she's not healthy, or she is not she's not healthy enough to be able to get pregnant or something like this. I'm not going to talk about that, because this is not my subject, and I do not have a lot of knowledge from that industry, like medicine or something. So this is basically when it comes to medicine or something like, pregnancy, this is not where I'm good at. This is not what I'm going to discuss. So basically, we just keep in this moment. I don't even have how to say correct some words for medicine, and I'm not sure of their definitions, like what they mean. Sometimes I could say something wrong, so this is why I do not touch anymore any medicine words like related to pregnancy, related to surrogacy, related to I don't know, abortion, whatever. Just this is not where I'm good at. Like we're just trying to we're just trying to like find more interesting characters, but sometimes we gotta just ignore some facts from there to to talk about that. But still, I can actually talk about this situation, even though it's still related to medicine somehow. But this shit happens to her dog. We can see that her dog just I don't think it's obviously it's not passing away, but it's just passed out. It's not sleeping. It looks like it's dying. So this is like the most tragedy for her to happen, and basically this is the most dramatic moment probably from episode 4, or maybe from the whole season. Because when you see something like happening to an animal, this is not a fault of this animal. This is not its fault. Basically, it's like either fault of a person, or either fault of Carol, or it's just happening because it's supposed to happen. I don't know why, but it's still really bad thing to happen, to anybody. So this is pretty dramatic moment, and at this point we can see again the Zafiro Club, exactly the moment when Sonia and Jan first time they went to that club together, but not together. They actually ran into each other by accident, because Sonia just, she didn't expect him to be there. This is why she reacted like that, But after that, she just ran into this woman who is basically, from what I understood, she is a sister of this man, and she is a sister of a boyfriend, of Carol's boyfriend, And what I really understood, that she's pretty stubborn, super, really intense person. Sometimes, she's just super just too much intense, like she's talking too much, she's just actually overacting, but it's not like actor overdoing, it's more like the character is supposed to be that person, because sometimes, you can see that person, this person is basically is so loud, talking too much, and sometimes unnecessarily loud. She's basically so loud, like her voice just is too loud, and she's basically doesn't feel any boundaries between other people and her, and she's trying to, she's just, she needs just, to get some boundaries. Actually, this is what I understood about this character, that she needs, some boundaries, like actual one. At the same time, this situation happening with Raisa and Ruth, when they didn't prepare for this meeting to happen. They didn't prepare. They didn't like, that was like another embarrassing moment, probably the most embarrassing for Raisa, probably, because she just exposed herself like this, and she didn't know that there was another person at this house, like Lydia, who is a sister of Ruth. Basically, she was with her boyfriend, that, Celador from clinic, a watchman. So this is definitely like pretty embarrassing situation. But still, it's not the worst, the most embarrassing situation. This is probably the most embarrassing situation from the whole episode 4, because how Sonia makes jokes of this man's eyebrow, like, to anybody, because like when somebody makes jokes of your eyebrow, your infinite eyebrow, endless, just one single eyebrow, like, it's so embarrassing. In the first place, why would you ever, why would you never get rid of this shit? I mean, like, just cut this shit out, like, shave it, bro. But we know another actor who actually doing this shit with eyebrow, and he's also from Spain, everybody knows what I mean, like. But recently I just noticed him, that another actor with this eyebrow, single infinite eyebrow, like, I noticed him got rid of that shit. So he has now a gap between his eyebrows. Like, he looks like a normal, a person with normal eyebrows. But of course, that situation, this situation from this TV show, that was made for fun. That was made just to make it more embarrassing for that person. And I'm pretty sure the actor himself, he never just, he never got this shit. I mean, like, that was pretty much just made cosmetically, like, that was made on purpose. It's definitely not real hair on the it's not his hair. Just, let's say that was for making this character more, so after that dialogue, after all that conversation, we can see them going to that club again together. The whole company consists of Sonia, Yan, Yan's friend's sister, let's say sister's friends, a lot of friends. I don't know who instructed, but Sonia and Yan, because they already know all the rules at this place, how to act, what to do with certain situations, what you cannot do. You cannot have in your phone while you using. Basically, this door is behind where everything happening. Like, behind this door, everything happening. So you cannot just go there with your phone. You cannot record anything behind that wall. You cannot enter that room like with your phone turned on. Like, this is the basic rule probably for this place. But since they still at this place and they have not entered that room, they could do wherever they want. Like, it's like the basically just some regular bar, some regular club. That means, like, you're the person that's supposed to be there. Like, we can see these two persons, they're just kissing, but it's basically the same people that were with Jan and Sonia together before, when they were having that conversation, like, and Sonia was making jokes of that man eyebrow. It's like the main the same person. He was there, and we can see how everybody is eager for any type of pleasure to get at this place. We can see them so eager. Actually, they rushing everything because, like, this place is probably out of their minds. Like, how this shit could be happening without our awareness. Like, this is probably the main the main moment for them to happen, like, in their lives, like, to explore something like this. Because you can be with any random woman, with anyone you want to be, and you can only be with them at this place specifically. This is the only place when you're allowed to be with everybody, with anybody from that club. you cannot really bring them home, but you can try to do this if they just agree, but basically at this place it looks like if you and your partner, like random partner, feels tension, you're both attracted to each other, you can actually just immediately start doing whatever you want with that person. This is how this place works. In the first place, this is like common situation for this place. Like bilateral attraction, and just go ahead. This is how it works. So this is how it works for this character, Jan. He's basically well-known person at this club. Everybody knows him, probably because he is so often goes there. He is like the most probably the most known person from that place, because probably it's just so easy to recognize him, because he is so like basically he's tall, good looking man. Basically it's just easy to like to recall someone like him. And the same thing I can say about Sonia, because this woman just started to asking her if they were running into each other before at this place, if they met each other before, because Sonia is definitely, first of all, the actress is basically probably is so good looking actress, so you can see like her look is pretty, like it has a lot of recognition, like you can see her once and you would remember her face, forever. I mean, like this is why probably this woman just recognized her immediately, and so they just were together at this club, and probably they were together even in the same type of pleasure. Let's say like they were sharing together some room, private room or something like this. Probably there was someone else with them. There was like some man, let's say. So they still remember, and they are discussing that shit. So this is what actually this is what Jan never expected, because he thought that Sonia was never before in this place. They were never going before to this place, and that was he was surprised that like someone knows Sonia, like, and that she wasn't it wasn't the first time she's there. So basically this is like, this has got him crazy even more, like he's jealous because Sonia is trying to be like what the main point of their relationship. They have still no connection like physically, but they have all that like attraction, like they just given a lot of signals each other, like they definitely know that at some point they could be, together, but nobody makes that first step, like when you actually do something like that would change everything drastically, when you go ahead with no hesitation, like when you just go and get something. This is what Sonia wants from John, because she remembers that moment when first time she saw him in this club. He was with another woman, and he was a totally different person than he is with her. Like, he was definitely way more aggressive. He was way more straightforward person. Like, he was getting everything immediately, and he didn't hesitate how he does with Sonia, and he's still dragging that moment out like as long as possible. He's still not making that first step. What I mean, like, he's not just that person Sonia wants to be with still, but she knows that he could be that person in the first place. She knows that he could be a little bit more aggressive, and he could be a little bit more just move fast, bro. This is what she wants him to be like. Of course, we have some moments that we skip immediately, and then after this shit happened, we have this shit when they trying to converse about what happened, because in that hot tub they were not supposed to be together in that hot tub, but he just intentionally, he was trying to disturb her connection with that other man, and he was trying to actually distract her attention from that person, from that man. He was trying to he was trying to do whatever it takes to get her attention. It's basically sometimes it actually works, but sometimes it could do things even worse. I mean, like, it seems like Sonia even gets more mad about what he did. Like, what the fuck would you, go into the same hot tub where I am, like, and you were trying to embarrass me in front of that man. Like, you were trying to, disconnect me from that situation, and you managed that shit to happen, after that, we getting another situation with Carol and her boyfriend. After that, after her dog survived, her man was actually so helpful with that dog situation, because basically he was the only person nearby when that shit happened, and he was the only person who actually who actually just brought that dog to the clinic, so they actually saved that dog. And after that happened, they still trying to they're just still trying to realize just what just happened. Probably nothing was wrong with that dog, with that animal, with that pet. It's it's happened just, out of nowhere. And this is kind of shocking situation because they still seems to be so concerned about that situation actually. And what she did at this point, they were trying to, prepare a bed, or they were trying to prepare a bed for sleep, but at this point she stopped him from getting this, because that shit belonged to her kid, that shit belongs to her child, that passed away. And this is the only explanation that I would get from this situation, because why would she stop him if that shit wasn't belong, if that shit just wasn't somehow connected to that kid passed away long ago, or I don't know where, when, but it's definitely about the connection between these things and your dead child. This is what I think happened. And of course, I think that your child passed away because I saw a lot of her watching photos on the phone, and she was crying over that photos because it still resembles her child passed away. This is the only explanation why she's so sensitive when it comes to probably found something after that situation in the Zafiro Club, after the hot tub situation. They seems way more relaxed, and they seems she specifically seems way more relaxed, and he probably found that way to make her a little bit more chill, when it comes to their relationship, potential relationship. Potential because never happened before. Never a single kiss never happened, And so after he took her home, they actually, realized that there is nothing more to hide, and we can see this situation is pretty easy to read. In next episode, I will only imagine what it starts with. They should be together in next episode. It will start with them together in a bed after they were sleeping together. After they slept with each other, they will be together. This is how next episode will start. I'm just 100% sure that how it will be. So next week we can see what actually happens. But thank you for watching this stream, because this is my second stream about this TV show, because I like this TV show a lot. And sorry for not reading any comments if they were there, because I do not have my laptop so I cannot read anything, still like trying to figure out this shit, but next time probably we will go live with episode 4, episode 5, episode 6 of this TV show, or we will get something new. Let's see how it plays out, If this TV show is still as good as it is right now, I will be doing more, because this is so good right now. This TV show is pretty good. So let's see how it's still music video. If I have something, I will do some music videos in the first place, and live stream just to spend some time with your favorite characters, just discussing everything, just this is just how it is. See you later, boys and girls.